So I've already posted a bunch of videos today. I wasn't planning on posting anymore. But just had a crazy battle. And I can't not post this tonight. I accepted this battle expecting to lose. So quick before the battle starts here. Just to let so you know, I have a command general. So before the battle started, since I had the reconnaissance skill, I see my opponent's deployment. And so I saw that my one opponent, knowing that I had followed the samurai, decided to spam cavalry, which is, a smart play. It really is because, I'm going with my advantage, which is my guns, and you got Yari Key, which are just better overall than Yari Cav. So went heavy on line, heavy on cavalry. This is also an ultra unit ultra funds, large unit size. So really just played this. I can tell you my units off the top of my head. I got 4 Yari Key, 2 Saber Cav, 2 Revolver Cav. All the Yari Key and Saber Cav are rank 2. The Revolver Cav are rank 9 with extra ammunition. I've got both Infantry to Marine and United States Marine, both on rank 5 with extra range. I have 4 Red Bears and 3. Well, it might be 2. 2 is Dragon, I think. Yeah, with 2. No, I'm sorry. With 3 Azor Dragons. Okay, and my opponents are the Kanun, I guess. He has got these appear to all be vanilla units. Okay, he's got light cav, Yari cav, Yari cav, Yari cav, cav. So 4 Yari cav. We're at 2. Okay, hold up. 4 Katana Cav, 5 Katana Cav, 6 Katana Cav, 7 Katana Cav, 8 Katana Cav, 9 Katana Cav, 10 Katana Cav. There's the general. So 10 Katana Cav, general bodyguard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 and a light and 2 lights. So 10 Katana Cav, 7 Yari Cav, 2 light Cav is general. A couple of these units are actually named, I thought. Yeah, like these over here. These are vets, but they don't have their skills put in yet. Takeda Yari Cav, Takeda Yuri Cav. He typed those in. And they're wounded, but I'm not seeing. Yeah, so he hasn't put ranks into him yet, but he's upgraded. And then this guy is Yuan. He is brought. Okay, that is 6 Boash Shigaru. 4 Katana Sam. Got 2 Yari Sam. 2 Yari Ash. A Bulletproof Ash. Tetsubo Hero Unit. A Heavy Gunner. Avatar Bodyguard. And Mounting Gun. Good. We've got the Shrine for Morale and the Archery Dojo. the farmhouse. I focus on the shrine. I also have a cannon. I forgot to mention my Armstrong gun. I focus on the shrine though, and I believe targeting the cav. Well, actually, at the moment, I'm not targeting anybody. I think the cannon just started firing. The fire, I must have had it on fire at will, maybe. But I wanted to target the cav. Maybe kills while they're all up. Yeah. I also try to stack some of my lines up since there's such a cav. I mean, even though I brought so much cav, you know, the cav advantage lies with my enemy. So, I try to stack my units. So that way, if they decide to charge the first line, the second line into the cav while they're in assist. It's not always a good idea to stack your lines. While the samurai width is very important, but in a situation like this, I thought, since I'm defensive anyways, initiative at the very beginning here is going to be with my enemy. I need my main objective is to try to protect my cannons. So while the placement of my cannons and how I wound up deciding to set up and against the attack wasn't optimal, but I think for my cannons anyways, for me it was fine, but for my cannons not optimal. But I was thinking that I could essentially use Yari Key as a meat shield with my revolvers, with, you know, their extra ammunition. They're not running out in this battle, period. It's not going to happen. So, you know, they'll have like 700 kills if they actually do run out. But they, you know, he's starting to rush too, so. Now I'm firing on the archers. He's getting shots in with his bows. I believe I pull back. Pull back with those lines. It's not going to end well there. You know, they've got 150 range on those archers. My guys, 125. The infantry to marine though, and the United States Marine both have 150 range. I think yeah, there we go. I make them a little wider, so that way they can all fire. Don't want them stacked up like that when this is facing. That's facing you, that's one thing. This is facing you, that's one thing. Facing this. So I have to do different things on my flanks that I'm doing in my center. And I'm outnumbered, so it's important that I counter effectively. But it's also important that I take them off their game. So I need to take the initiative, and so I tried to do that. He had his archers exposed, supported by mainly swords here. You got spears over here, but you know, I can avoid the spears by hitting these units. Here we go now. The Cav guy is coming in hard on that Azure Dragon force, and I intercept him with Yari Key out here and ball up a bunch of his units. I'm going to pull back these revolvers. I believe I will eventually send a revolver over here to help, but at the moment I am going to be using them over here to try to help my Armstrong guns. Maybe get lucky and get a couple more kills, right? And they are still firing, so I just barely was able to keep it going there. And so his cav is trying to escape as he just lost this whole flank because my revolvers were over there. What were you gonna do? And so he manages to wrap around to get around in the back of this Azure Dragon. See, the one thing that people need to remember is when you have cavalry and a lot of cavalry, you want to spread them out and attack different units. Don't attack the same unit with multiple cav unless you're attacking from opposite sides, you know, or like a left and a front. You know, don't send 5 cav units at the same fucking matchlock. It's pointless. It really is. You'll get the same damage done with one. If you're flanking, that's different, because you can insta-route. But, you know. Anyways. So I've got my revolvers pouring into these guys, because these are, for me, the biggest threat, because they can run down my revolver cav, and my revolver cav have, you know, with the extra ammunition. It's not unlimited, but it's pretty serious. And the cav that's remaining, a bunch of katana cav, will do very well in melee against anyone, really, that I have. So I have to keep a distance and be able to shoot them. My general's been hurt as well, so now I'm at a serious morale disadvantage where, you know, just getting in contact with melee is gonna start breaking my units. Like these units over here are all broke. I'm gonna run these red bears away. And maybe I'll remember those Yariki at some point. I think I do. So I managed to save 3 line over here. I run my revolvers behind them to safety, so I can get clean shots, and if they decide to get too close, I could also shoot with my revolver cav, who, you know, they're at the moment alive with plenty of ammo, and they're doing pretty well. And my main opponent who's left is the Shogun 2 guy, well, the guy who doesn't have the cav. And, you know, revolvers are going to excel in that situation. This guy here, what he needs to do in the situation is save his cav. He needs to pull them back. He needs to let the infantry come in and take the fire, soak up some fire, trade arrows, shoot some matchlocks, try to shoot it out with them, maybe put the matchlocks in the trees here, get me to maybe move at you with your archers. You can come up and shoot from a distance. I have to attack or fall back, right? And, you know, yeah, sure, I can bring the revolver cav up, but if I bring the revolver cav up and you guys just shoot them with the bows and keep spears near your bows, like have the bulletproof over here, I'm not gonna charge in. I'll stop right here and shoot your bulletproof. Have your bulletproof right here, so that way I can't do that. Okay. And you didn't, and so that's not smart, because I have the advantage. I have mobility with ammunition that's devastating. So at this point in the battle, I have the cav advantage, so and the range advantage. I mean, if you look at it, you really think about it, you know, I have the range advantage here. And this battle's over, and I did completely forget about half. Could have came here instead of these revolver cavs here at the end. I'm gonna run them over here and shoot. I could have had them earlier. I had the revolvers charging in with bow ash and with katana cav. That very easily should have been the Yariki, but I forgot about him, obviously. It was dire there. A 2v1 situation, even against newer players, as this was, 2 newer players, it's still a hard fight. Especially when you're facing that much cav, and I didn't have any spears. The only melee was my cav. So I think that was a difficult fight, personally. Would have been one thing if I had the cav advantage, but I mean, I really didn't. But see the stats. I remember the revolvers and the U.S. Marines did well for me. So yeah, 448 this revolver, 320 that revolver, 348 for the Marine, 185 for the Marine. 165 strong. Decent kills for the Saber Cav. Can't complain about that or this Yari key. And yeah, I mean, it's hard when you're spamming. You know, it's hard, and you can see he hasn't played that many battles, so he's very new. And this guy, his avatar, also very new. So these guys clearly haven't played too much. Yeah, they get a few more battles under their belt. They'll be just fine. It's hard to go against Fall of the Samurai with Shogun too, but that's the end. That's the end of this one.